Lovers Quarrel. It's a long, sustained quarrel.
What's going on, world?
Hey, everybody.
It's your guy, TJ, Mr. New Cool.
And it's your girl, Dani. Hold that thought. What's your favorite animal?
A Black Panther.
A Black Panther.
There's no such thing, my nigga.
Panthers that are black.
They say the Black Panther's not real, man.
Oh, Google can solve this.
All the Panthers I seen in the video wasn't real?
All right, so he said Black Panther. Go ahead.
All right, I am a Panther. Should I go with, I don't know if I should go with B or with P. Okay, let's just say.
I mean, do both. Go ahead.
Don't put me out there. What's your favorite animal? Because we don't even know if Black Panthers exist now. According
They don't exist.
What's your favorite animal?
I'm gonna go with a cheetah.
A cheetah. Yeah. Okay, I am.
I would love to hear this.
Okay.
Cheetah girl, cheetah girl.
That's a whole nother thing.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I might not have. I may have to. I may choke. I might.
Nah. You got it.
I am a constantly. What means tired with CH or C? What's the word? All right, don't worry about it.
You on the spot.
You know what? I am a constantly consumed cheetah, which is why I'm always tired. Thank you.
You fired.
Thank you, Rhome, for the assist.
You fired.
I appreciate it. I do what I can. Thank you for one that we can all agree is an actual animal. Although I feel like aren't panthers black though? So you don't have to say Black Panther. They're just black. They're just panthers.
Oh, okay.
So we all agree. We've all had our zoology lesson for the day. Right. Y'all, this is another episode of Lovers Quarrel. And as you can tell, we've got some guests on here of the male persuasion. So this should be interesting. I'm going to have to hold my own with all this testosterone flowing
Straight up Team TJ. That needs to be the title of the show, Team TJ.
That's debatable still, because I still make more sense.
I'm just saying.
Even on my worst day.
Just let me get that.
I make more sense than you.
Even on your worst day?
Yes.
That's mad disrespectful.
It's not disrespectful. It's just
it's
bigging me up. That's all.
You treating me like I'm a whole whore.
No, I'm not.
All right,
but you're my whore.
Respect.
Okay.
You got it.
So with that, as always, we're gonna start with a little bit of elevator talk. Do you want to go first, or shall I go first?
You always go first. Women first.
Ladies.
Sorry.
All right.
When is it the right grammar and verbiage? You know,
sound like same thing.
You can't say females, but then I hear people
females
say
an adjective, so you're describing. So if I say female reporter or female pilot or something like that, then you're describing.
That female over there.
That's incorrect. That's a woman over there. Because it's an adjective.
Oh, we went to school.
That female walking over there.
No, that's a verb and walking is a verb.
Listen.
Okay, listen.
See, that's why I added.
I get paid to teach Monday through Friday. I can't be doing this.
Oh no, I get this shit for free. Pro bono. You gonna work overtime.
Oh my god.
That's why I added the SAT words in there. And I mean, I'm trying to learn. You know what I mean?
I know.
You may have to throw a little grammar in there. You may have to teach me how to. Anyway, but go ahead.
This is only like a 60 to 90 minute podcast.
It can go longer. I own this shit.
Going down, and this is right on time because sometimes what pisses me off is that the adults are sometimes no damn different than the kids.
You know, that actually played them really well. Like, it went right into
that was literally my elevator talk. Like, I am, like, it blows me how sometimes I'm talking to some adults and I feel like I might as well be talking to my 7th graders. What is the point in having all these years of age and time go by for you to be just as immature or just as disrespectful or just as rude as children? Because at least children can say the excuses like they're children to an extent. And it's just frustrating as hell sometimes because it gets exhausting sometimes being the only mature one in the room.
I'm gonna agree with you. I don't even jump in, but
I
was about to eat these chips. It was about to be wild loud in here, and you'd be like, "Yo, what's wrong with this kid?"
I would have given you the teacher look. I would have been like, "Really?"
Yeah, I was about to eat you to her.
Oh my god!
The whole episode, you know what I'm saying? But
that's why I don't even allow food in my classroom.
That's why I didn't even do it.
That's why I don't even allow food in my class.
I see where he was coming from.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But that's my elevator talk. Where are you going, babe?
I'm gonna stay down.
All right, keep that.
I need some new music. You know what I mean? When I was driving, I was like, I've listened to everything I want to listen to. I need something new, something inspiring. So
There's no new bodies to work out.
nothing that I really want. Nothing that I've.
It's true. You know your rotation has been a little.
I mean, I'm still rocking my guy Shorty, but
Yeah, but I haven't heard you introduce anything.
Shorty, he's a Baltimore rapper.
And you say
And
you're
he
not
be
from
rocking.
Baltimore.
He be rocking.
You be rocking?
He
Okay.
be rocking.
Well, you know, TJ, we gotta put a little context because we're talking to some New York. We're talking to people who don't live outside. Like they live in New York too. They're from New York and still live here. So I would say, I like him too. But I think for people who may not have an ear for like Baltimore rap, he might be like an acquired taste at first.
Okay.
At first.
I'm saying he's rocking for me, like for what I like, the singing, rapping, like melodies. I like that.
Oh, he the Baltimore Drake?
I'm not gonna say
No.
as
Like,
far as
more
that.
like Young Thug.
Maybe, more like Young Thug.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh,
That's I feel
yeah.
like that's more accurate.
Right.
More
But his
like
voice,
It's very distinct.
He has a very unique voice, and he actually like the way he raps, sings.
He talks
is
like that.
exactly how he talks.
Yeah.
But I just like his music. For me, when I hear something that I'm not expecting, like when I have no expectations and the shit is good, it's always better than when I'm expecting this shit to be like fire and it's not.
You're right.
Like Rich Homie Quan mixtape, back like I want to say like 3 years ago. Like his first joint that was like popping when I had Young Thug on it. I wasn't expecting anything. I clicked on it by accident, and I was like, "Oh, this shit goes." So,
Alright.
but yeah, I mean, all I've been listening to is him and Bino French.
Okay.
I like so too.
Oh, Bino
I
French
like-
is
that Monday morning.
fire.
That's my joint.
That whole
That's my
that whole
joint.
EP is fire.
That's my joint.
I might go check that out.
Oh, his whole EP is.
You know, I'll be on my R&B heavy. So.
Yeah, you do. Especially when you don't expect it. Like I'm telling you don't expect something to be like good. You have more appreciation. But Bino French, just Bino, that's what I think the name of the EP.
Fire.
From the beginning track to the whole joint.
Yeah.
It's a fire EP. So, but I just want more music. I need something different. I'm missing something. I'm tired of going back. I want to hear something new.
Okay.
I feel you.
That's fair. Gentlemen, does either of you have something that you want to go up or go down about?
Yo, fam, why you looking at me? Go ahead.
I guess I'm going down.
All right.
Oh
You already
man,
did.
I'm
Don't close
gonna be
the
a
door.
little controversial.
Oh boy. Continue.
So I got into this debate on Twitter, this ongoing debate in life in general about the N-word and who should be using it and who shouldn't be using it, and how it ties to slavery and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I feel sometimes we as African Americans, as Black people, we give a lot of credence to the word and not pay attention to what it ties to, right? So we want people of other pigmentations, right? And other ethnic backgrounds not to use the word, but sometimes we want them to claim their African heritage. Like it's the weirdest thing, especially when it comes to like Latino and Hispanic
Oh, like
people.
Latinx. I mean,
Right.
Afro-Latinos and stuff like that.
Right, so it's like, like we tell them all the time, like, your people was enslaved too, and this, that, and the third too, but
don't use that word.
don't use the N word. Like,
Okay.
So when I was in high school, I went to Randolph, so it was
Right.
like mad Spanish people.
right,
And I remember one time, it was just I was with a group of them, and they were just all using it, and I definitely felt like uneasy because it was just like the way that they were using it was just so like just free. And at that time, I felt away, but now I'm like older. I'm like I don't give a fuck. Like words don't necessarily affect me the same way that it used to.
right.
But at that time, I was like it was just like my nigga, and I'm just like, but none of y'all like y'all using this shit way too easy, and I felt way too comfortable, and it put me in a bad space, and it made me like honestly, I stopped like using the word as much just because I'm like they're using it because we're using it. Type shit.
Okay. Right. So I understand that, like, being accountable for yourself and being like, oh, if we stop using it, everybody else will stop using it. But to say, like, oh, it comes from this place of pain, like, there's so many other things from slavery that came from that place that we've taken and turned to, like, things that we endear, like from the food that they used to give us, like neck bones, like
pig feet and chitlins and stuff
Like,
like that.
I'm not eating none of that shit. So.
But
like that was killing people.
With some hot sauce.
Like that was killing us.
yeah, well, that's because we had to use so much
never had
salt
it.
and stuff to preserve it.
My
And
family
so,
never made it, so
yeah, I've never had
even
any
though
of those things.
I know my grandmothers know how to make it, but I'm not eating that. Fuck that.
Yeah, but I think I get what you're saying, but I think it also like comes back to like you could look at it from the angle of like look at the resourcefulness, because all we were given were like the scraps, and we used our understanding of how to like preserve foods and keep them, you know,
Survival
skills into that. But in turn, it required like an obscene amount of sodium in order to do that, which is why then it leads to like poor health and stuff like that. But it's because we were making something out of nothing.
But think about the days when they gave it to us and we couldn't even cook it.
Yeah, but we figured it out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so to take those things and to accept and allow other people to eat those things,
The thing is,
you should have that same energy.
you saying be 100. Like,
Keep that same energy.
if you don't like that word, don't like that food, don't like anything that comes with. I can understand that, but you gotta understand people pick and choose what they
they
want.
phony.
And
And that's
They
what
fickle.
I'm
People
saying.
fickle.
Like, if you gonna bang over the N word, bang when you see some white people eating neck bones,
I've never seen a white person eat neck bones. Though.
I think we collard greens.
collard greens, all that. Like, none of that stuff was edible in the
So it's
1800s.
Kale
Like,
only for them. That's
I'm thinking they used to eat kale.
kale only.
I'm thinking.
Asparagus.
Kale, asparagus. That was they swag.
Corn.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, yeah,
Nah,
like,
don't say corn, man. I eat corn too, man.
I don't like corn.
Corn is
listen,
amazing.
man, corn.
JB
Come on,
said he
say
ain't
what
giving
it
that
is.
away.
They do it. You can't digest corn, but it's amazing though.
I hate corn. Oh my
I'm saying?
god.
She hates everything with corn. Popcorn, corn.
You like
bread.
popcorn?
I don't like Garrett's. That's a Chicago
She's
mix.
fancy. She's
Carrots.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
bougie. That's that
Yeah,
gold thing.
yeah, for real.
Good.
Man.
Now Garrett's fire. No,
It is. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you.
I ain't
Yo,
gonna lie.
The
y'all trying to
cheese
side
with the
eye me.
kennel.
Yeah,
Bruh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as I said, yeah, but
Okay.
no,
The
I don't like
Chicago
corn.
mix. Yeah, that shit is
But like,
fire.
I don't like cornbread, but I make cornbread stuffing. My shit's fire. But
It do be fire.
thank you.
You're
But
welcome though.
no, I thank your grandmother for the recipe.
Corn chips.
And how did you
No.
meet my grandmother?
Not at all. I mean,
Through me.
unfortunately, not just playing.
And y'all see what I deal with all the time. Don't get married.
No, I learned from the best.
Ooh,
JB, how about you?
I'm gonna go up.
that's what I'm talking
You know what I'm
about.
saying?
Alright.
Being
Wait,
that
let
y'all
me-
all down as I'm going up.
Let me give you the elevator hook. Going up. Go ahead.
I like that. I was,
Thank you. I have like a good elevator voice. This teaching thing don't work
Yeah,
out.
you know what I mean? Yeah, you got that whole little voiceover joint. You know what I'm saying?
I'm down.
I'm just looking to have a good year. The first month of the year's been all right, so I'm just being positive this year. That's my whole going up phase of being more positive and optimistic and not being a pessimist.
Dope.
I love it. It's because it's real easy to be pissy and grumpy about shit. So, really, that's what we doing? I am an eternal optimist compared to your grumpy self.
Listen, I'm not here to argue.
Yeah. Okay. So we gonna act funny in front of friends. Okay. Well, with anyway, thank y'all for sharing your elevator talk with us. And now, of course, it is time to get into our relationship tip of the week. Now, let me preface this. I think this might be the first time. Y'all have to be impartial in voting and deciding who has the better tip, okay? Because I know y'all are,
Okay.
you know, you guys are always texting and, you know, you like each other. And
Why you big
Her
that
voice
voice?
is
that voice, though, for real.
You were being biased right there.
Word.
I have to set the tone.
Yeah,
I have to-
TJ, he won already.
Exactly.
See?
And this is
That's
why. And this is why
I mean-
I have to say what I have to say.
I'm Floyd Mayweather in it right now.
You're not. You're
I'm
not.
like James Harden. I mean,
You're not.
I'm just gonna continue this 30 point plus consecutive winning. You know what I mean?
No.
He's averaging like 30 plus for like 20 plus games. I'm killing.
And I'll
you
just
over here.
continue to be
Well,
Serena Williams. I'll just be the GOAT. Period.
She hasn't won recently.
But she has
She lost to like a
way many.
6-year-old recently.
A what?
It was like a 12-year-old.
She was 18.
And Serena Williams is in her 30s and has had a baby within the
She's
last
a GOAT,
year and a
though.
half.
I'm not being disrespectful. She's definitely the GOAT.
Thank you. So let's not slander Serena.
I'm not.
So anyway, you go first.
No, you got it.
Why?
You want me to go first?
I do.
All right, cool. Listen, this is to my people in a relationship. You have to keep it spicy. And what I mean by keeping it spicy, y'all, your partner's sleeping, you gotta wake them up. Listen.
How?
Listen, I have like, your sister listens to this, my mother.
Okay, good.
I can't get super spicy, but I'm just saying, like, listen, it's okay to do, like, we have to start saying, you know what? It's been a week. We haven't done something. I'm going to be spontaneous. You know what I mean? On both parts. Mm-hmm. So that's it. You can use your imagination. To my people out there, I don't want your sister to be like, why didn't you preface or anything like that?
Oh my God.
What I mean? Why didn't you give a disclaimer? So that's why I'm not gonna go into the crazy details. But
hi, Shayla. So I guess is that it?
yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I'm bringing sexy back.
All right. Okay. You do that, baby. So my relationship tip of the week is, as always, it's kind of for everybody. So it doesn't even just have to be somebody you're in a romantic relationship with.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes when you're in a relationship with your friends, your family, or a significant other, you got to understand that when like life throws you like a curveball, when shit goes left, like, and not even saying that you've done something or they've done something, but when something traumatic happens or something that's just like out of the norm happens, you got to understand that hitting your stride again and finding your groove again is going to take time. Like, you're not going to fall back in step with each other immediately, because people change, things change, time and space and distance have an impact on that. So thinking about when people have, you are together and then you end up in like a long distance relationship and then you come back to the same city, or in me and TJ's case, like having a kid or having like my dad passing away, like that stuff, like that throws your shit in a tailspin sometimes. And so sometimes but like knowing that you're gonna get back to where you were or back to a better place, but knowing that you gotta understand it's going to take time. It's not gonna happen overnight. That is my relationship tip of the week.
That's cute.
Really? That's cute?
That works.
That's cute.
I like that.
That felt a little like...
I was just giving you the same energy you gave me.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, Rome said keep the same energy. I'm trying to keep the same energy.
Okay.
That's it. You know what I mean? So...
Gentlemen.
But I agree with you. I think friendships is like... Like... I feel like true friendships, family ships, relationships, like, you got to be able to go through things and not take it personal and be able to, like, continue. Like, we may have a disagreement, but I don't mean I hate you. Nigga, I just didn't like you in this situation. Now let's move
be
forward.
Able to speak about it.
I feel like that's how you find, like, who your real friends are.
Some
like,
people don't value the ships.
Shit, yeah.
Some people don't value the ships.
Yeah.
So by you saying that you think I made a valid point, by your logic in
Nah.
past episodes, that means I win.
Nah, it don't work the same way.
Why? That's
Because we have guests now.
That's really. And y'all have been co-signing this bullshit.
Why you say yo?
You told us you
I
wanted
told
to
you that
vote
too,
for.
but my thing is that was the okay.
We got JB.
All right.
I'm going with TJ.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And I'm going with TJ, so that wins. Go ahead, Rome. He don't go with Dani.
Don't speak for
He
him.
definitely is.
He speak the truth.
I think both of y'all was really good.
So that's half. So that's 2.
Nah,
That's 2.5.
keep it. Nah. Tell me to keep that same energy. Yo, you gotta give us a full, real answer. Yes or no? Yeah or nay, brother?
It depends on which room we get in right now.
Oh yeah, I know. You know.
Are we getting a
If we get
sentimental room?
If we get LL Rome,
No,
we
because
get LL Rome, or we get in Rome.
I'm going with
Rome?
Daddy. Let's go, Daddy.
Thank you.
Well, we got LL Rome.
All right, well.
LL Cool Rome.
So
going
it's
with
a
Dani.
tiebreaker, and I've been killing you for the last few weeks, so I win. Let's keep it.
No.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep the energy strong. That's what I'm
Just a
talking
little
about.
cheating ass nigga. I swear.
They're cheating ass nigga. Damn.
Yes. Did I stutter? Yes.
That's kinda
Deep words, right? All right, you know what I'm saying?
I feel some type of way. You kind of hurt my feelings with that.
Good.
That's good. And that goes into my SAT word of the week.
Oh, what, somebody being hurt? Or cheating?
No. So the definition is a person who attacks cherished beliefs or institutions.
And what's
So,
that?
so you attacked my beliefs.
Mm-hmm. So what word is that?
It's Iconoclast.
Iconoclast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You try to say it fast because you know it already. You try to play it.
Wow, it's coming for you again, D.
Listen, that's
what's up?
I know my words. It's not
Iconoclast.
Iconoclast, yes. So I'm an iconoclast.
In this situation, yeah, a destroyer of images.
Definitely in the next quarrel, you got to use Iconoclast. You got to use it.
I mean, it finishes used in religious worship, so I just had to cut it off just so it plays
For her, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
So what am I again?
you're Iconoclast.
Don't look at this phone.
You're Iconoclast.
Say it 5 times fast.
Write it down, bro. Don't get into it.
Listen, I'm not going to play into these shady games. You know? Someone has to be an adult.
Oh, really?
So, on that note, we're going to take a break. We're going to hear a message from our sponsors, and then you won't be able to introduce the guys that you're hearing.
Here we go.
Real shit.
Hey friend, it's time for you to ditch those workout gloves and get the grip and wrist support you deserve. What do you suggest? You need to get the Gainz Load and Lock grips by Gainz Sports Gear. They are more durable than gloves, have a non-slip grip pad that provides grip support and added wrist support unlike your traditional workout gloves, and will protect your hands from calluses. Do they come in different colors? Not only do they come in different colors, but they are available for men and women. Do yourself a favor, go to GainSportsGear.com. And remember, a better grip equals a better lift. Embrace the process.
And don't forget that you can get 10% off your first purchase by going to GainSportsGear.com. That's GAINZ Sportsgear.com by entering the code LOVERS10. And now, let's get back to the show.
What's going on, y'all?
All right, and we are back. And these two fine gentlemen we have across from us are JB and Rhome. Say hi, guys.
Yeah.
And these two are the hosts of the Hour's Truth podcast, which they were so kind to have us on. What was it? Maybe a couple months ago, like towards the end of last year. Yeah. So we were on there.
Even though Rome thought I was pump faking.
Oh yeah,
That's another story for another day.
Oh, it's another story? Oh, yeah.
No,
I hear that. Gotta say it in the group
He was
chat.
like, I promise I'm not dodging you. Like
Exactly.
we couldn't get our schedules in sync. That's all.
Yeah. I ain't think that.
Rome was shooting for the head.
Oh.
I was like, nah.
I ain't think that. Nah, I would have told you. I would have told you.
So these guys, we're fellow podcast community, and I will say have definitely gotten close to y'all. Y'all have your own vibe here. That's why I said I'm very on guard this episode because I don't know if I'm gonna get ganged up on because TJ always feels like he's getting attacked whenever
I don't really feel like
people make sense on this show.
You know I'm joking.
I know.
And Rome's on your side anyway, so.
We're not going. But
Got a
see, don't
point
make
there.
him be
Got a
on my
point.
side sound like it's a shot
Got a point
fired.
there.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta know when to fold them. That's what they say, right? You gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them.
They never agree with me in the group chat anyway.
It's okay. Y'all got some very strong opinions all up and through that group text. I'm sure.
I mean, these are some strong opinion people, so.
Well, all right. So anyway, welcome. Thank y'all for being on our show now.
Of course.
So we're gonna look at this. We're gonna have some of our questions about y'all, about being dads, about how that impacts y'all relationships.
You don't gotta preface all that. Just
I know, but
the question.
all right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, so let's talk about this. Like, how long have y'all known each other?
Shit. What's that?
13 years, I want to say.
13 years. Okay. All right.
Damn, is that long?
That's crazy, right? Shit. I didn't realize that until
Is
like
that your longest relationship with a person?
Yeah, like
It's been a
13
minute.
years.
Yeah.
This is healthy right here.
13 years. I knew.
Were y'all friends
JB.
from the jump, or was it like don't know.
We started working together. That's how we became
together.
friends. Like,
We used to work together at Whole Foods, and we were. I think you was in delivery, but I wasn't in delivery initially.
Nah, I was on the front end first, then I went to delivery.
Yeah. And then like inside this Whole Foods, they had like a greenhouse where like we stored our delivery bags or whatever, and that was like
The chill spot.
Like,
That was the
They be
chill
like,
this
spot.
when we
like, where's
came.
Rhome? Where's JB?
We talked about like old
Everything.
chicks or whatever and stuff like that. So like that was like the spot for like the delivery team is like the cool team in the store.
Yeah.
So like everybody wanted to come chill with us, hang out with us and stuff like that. So yeah.
Got it.
I think we really started fucking with each other when we started partying.
Oh, okay.
Like when they had parties. So
That's typically how it happens. Like one of my closest friends, I didn't like him at first, just because I was working at Best Buy, and he was like, me and him were the same position, but I didn't understand like the background politicals. So he was the fucking man. Like he was working for another store, and they stole him pretty much. But he came to our store, and he was like, he was basically our manager, but he didn't have the manager title. But I'm young, I'm from New York, fuck you type of shit. So at first he was like,
Facts.
we were talking about, let's say we were talking about basketball, and then he was like, all right, so now y'all need to
go to work.
y'all need to clean or some shit like that. And in my mind, I'm like,
Who this nigga?
Exactly, you're the same person. But it was like through like continued talking, and then we started hooping, and you know, once you find a common goal, shit is forever. So
Yeah, that's a fact.
we always talk about that, like, yo, we didn't like each other, but that's my guy. Like, so
Shout out to you, Hector.
yeah, shout out to my man H.
So y'all started Whole Foods, y'all started partying together, you realize like, you know, you bang with each other, y'all cool, and then you fast forward now, and like, of course, like this whole podcast, I think, is something that is
It's like the Illuminati.
yes, it's this whole community now, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So when did y'all realize that like you needed to take whatever y'all talked about from just a conversation to like putting it out there for the rest of the world to hear?
Well, initially, like we were just talking about doing podcasts. Like it'll be like, you know, conversation, like a thread or something on Facebook.
Yeah.
That we like dive into a deep conversation. Usually that JB started, and you know we just talk about like having a podcast. And initially, I started it with two other friends of mine.
You ain't shit for real.
Nah, it wasn't that. It was just like
See how people do you. Anyway,
the fact that
you trying to find another host.
that's different.
Oh,
You see, he started with two people, and they're not there no more. So
you trying to get rid of me?
I mean, look, I'm just trying to find like a backup just in case. Sometimes you be getting too spicy.
I apologize for interrupting.
So yeah, like it was just what do you like geometrics? I live in the Bronx. I live in the Bronx. You live in Brooklyn.
Okay.
That's like going to a whole nother state.
Yeah.
Especially living in the Bronx.
It's like going to a whole nother state. So you know we I ended up doing my thing. I think he was trying to do something.
Yeah,
like,
I was trying to do something too.
Yeah, and you know, once I like fall out with who I was doing it with, I kind of like had auditions, so to speak. Like I just had different people come in to see.
They got me on a 10-day contract. Got me on a 10-day.
Yeah, doing a 10-day.
Yeah, 10-day
That's
contract.
crazy.
See? I balled a couple of games. You know, they signed me for the season.
You know,
Yeah, like I had different people come in and you know, just help me just to see how our chemistry would be. Like you want to make sure like this person got the chemistry, they got the dedication to do it or whatever. And like just from our first episode probably was like 3 hours.
It's a fact.
Like we just sat there for 3 hours just like talking about mad shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh nah, it's gonna be JB. Right.
That's cool. That's cool.
He fun. Niggas had me on a 10-day contract.
Exactly.
You know, they say, yo, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple people waiting. You know what I'm saying? I'm testing them out. Yeah. But you know what I mean? I got a couple people on deck. They want to come through. My man, he a singer. You know what I'm saying? He a promoter. You know what I mean? He had mad niggas going.
Nah, JB
I
came
working
off
a
the
circus.
circus. Like,
You know what I'm saying? So I came in there, I balled a couple games, and he's like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean? We're going to sign you for the rest of the season.
No,
so the name Ours Truth. How did that? Because I mean, JB didn't get a chance. I mean, you weren't.
Yeah, he had that name already. You know what I'm saying? I was 10-day contract nigga.
with me and my guys, like we kind of came up with it because we were just trying to figure out like just different ways to find a title that would appropriately distribute the name, like just based on how we felt, and it's our truth. Like it might not be yours. You might not agree. Like the saying is, you might not like our opinions, but we tell you no lies. Like this is our truth. Like so.
I like the play on words.
Yeah.
I think it's fire.
I agree.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. I was making sure because
I mean, listen.
you trying to get jazzed.
You getting spicy today. I'm good.
I'm not even.
I'm cooling.
I'm
I don't
very
want no problems with you.
I'm very subdued. You can make that your word next episode.
Subdued.
Damn,
Damn.
SAT word.
Nah, ain't
I already said. So
I mean, it depends on who you got.
it's like an RCT word.
So, y'all have had a lot of different guests, and y'all definitely have had very, very interesting conversations on y'all show.
Right.
But if you had to, and just because I kind of like this one when we interview fellow podcasters, what has been like your most interesting or spicy, since that seems to be also the word of a spicy iconoclast. That's our words of the episode. Interesting interview to date. Like if y'all had to pick, and y'all could pick different ones, but like.
I always say you guys was our most maturest conversation.
That's like I feel like the old folks.
Like y'all guys was like our most mature because you know what I'm saying. Y'all a couple. We didn't have any. I don't think we had any couples on. Y'all was our first couple, I believe. I don't think we have any couples on. Okay. So, and we had a more mature conversation with you guys. So everybody else was a little ratchet, you know what I'm saying? But you guys was more mature, more family orientated. So that sticks out a lot to me because I'm always gonna remember that. Like out of all of the ratchet bits we had, we did have TJ and Dani that came through, and they was more mature. So that's one of mine that's always gonna stick out.
Oh, thank you.
Stuck out the most. I mean, yeah, I definitely agree with JB. Y'all was, I'm gonna come up with. I got one. I'm just saying.
Give him a second.
I'm just saying.
I gotta make sure.
I'm just saying. I agree with him from the stance that like y'all a married couple, so it was definitely a different take, different knowledge that we gained from listening to y'all and speaking with y'all. I think our most interesting had to be JB's friends, like JB's friend Mia. So we had her and her friends on an episode twice, and the first time they came was like a couple days before Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah,
and like they came in with like candles and whipped cream and food, and it was literally like a production set.
Yeah.
And just the conversations was like funny. Like I found things out about him that I didn't know. So like that was dope. That was definitely dope.
Nah, that was a wild episode. Part 2 was even wilder.
Part 2 was definitely wilder.
So y'all gotta check that out. So who, and it's just in this vein of like as far as like guests and stuff is concerned, who would y'all want to interview that like you like would be like a dream? Like who would you have? Do you want to get like in front of you?
I don't think we interview nobody though. Like
really?
we might give you we might ask you what's about you and what's about your platform, but we don't really interview. We just basically chopping it up, just having a normal conversation of
so who
life
you want to
shit.
chop it up with? Like if you could chop it up with them. So it could be somebody like that you might like eventually get on the show, or you could be like.
That's a good question.
Like a celebrity or something.
Yeah. But I'll leave it open to y'all to say that. But I always just like picking people's brains. I feel like it tells a lot about a person.
Dead or alive?
Go ahead.
Top 5.
For me, Michael Jackson. Like I don't hear too many stories about people just kicking it with him.
I'm good.
Right? Like I want to hear. Like I want to kick it with Mike. Like I want to know like.
Like there's some people that's coming out. You know,
he got a lot of
I see they got the doc, but that's what I'm saying. Like I would love to kick it with Mike. Like everything you hear about Mike for the most part is third person.
Yeah.
So you want to kick it with him as your age now or as a child?
Wait, oh no.
I'm just asking, yo. I'm at, you want to get with him as you now or as you as a child? Like you want to go on?
I want to kick it with him now in his prime. When he was
you want to go to Never Ranch and ride on the
Ferris wheel?
What? You want to get on the giraffe? You want to fuck with his monkey? Pause.
I'm riding on nothing. I'm not riding on nothing. First and foremost.
Oh, yo, you might want to get on the giraffe. I don't know, bro. I'm just saying.
I think it'd be cool to kick it with.
Oh, all right. I'm just
to kick it with Mike.
Damn, I said Michael Jackson.
So how you gonna follow that?
I can't follow that on up. Oh, come on, son. You trying to put niggas in some big shoes? You got me in some shacks to fill, huh? Who I want to like just chop it up with? I'm gonna chop it up with somebody like all right in this I'm gonna say Charlamagne right now. He's an interesting mind. Like he's very opinionated, and he's in this like he does this podcast shit also. So, but he's a very opinionated person that he has a lot of enemies, and a lot of people like him. So you know what I'm saying. I think I would chop it up with him just to see. You know what I'm saying.
I agree.
Who's yours, Dani?
I mean, I think Charlamagne would definitely be a very because he is a I won't say controversial, but he polarizing. Like people either like love him or hate him.
Exactly.
And I think who else would I say? I think I'd like want to sit down with think about somebody famous. So I guess what kind of popped into my head though was somebody like it sounds kind of corny, but like Michelle Obama or somebody like that, because I just like somebody who's very like inspiring and like that would go from there. But if I had to pick somebody a little bit more like ratchet, I would probably pick.
You gotta just pick one person. You don't gotta.
I got options. I can have. Listen,
My fault.
this is still partly my show too. I can make the rules as I go. All right.
It said Dani and DJ. You actually go first.
Anyway, I think I would want to talk to. I'm trying to think. No.
Oh,
That's not what I was getting.
Y'all heard it. She's like,
No. I'm thinking. I was trying to think about all the different ratchet TV that you have me watching.
See how she tried to put that back on me.
It is.
That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I probably want to talk to Nene.
Nene Leakes.
Yeah, she's kind of like an OG of like reality TV, and she flipped that shit into making it like a whole career. What?
Yeah.
So TJ, before you answer this question, right? Rhome picked Michael Jackson. So it would only be right for you to pick R. Kelly. I'm just saying, my fault.
No, he would not be allowed.
I'm only gonna be right, son.
He would definitely not be allowed.
I think being that you've admitted to having some questions, right? I think it would be interesting for you to talk to R. Kelly.
That would be a solo episode because I wouldn't be here for it.
I would probably say LeBron James.
Oh, no, that I'd be here for.
Okay.
I like LeBron. He just like he have fun. You ever watch The Shot?
Yeah, I watched The Shot.
Like their conversations be like just some good ass.
Just barbershop shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd probably say Braun or Martin Lawrence.
Really?
Yeah, Martin.
He got some stories.
He was before his time.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He was before his time. That Martin show, that's like a classic.
That shit's still funny.
And it's like funny for like generations. Like you can get a young kid now to watch it, and they'll still they'll find something funny. And you know.
Like, because he did all types of humor. He wasn't just like about punchlines, but he had like the physical stuff. He had the
But if you
characters.
had to say someone dead, Richard Pryor.
That would be my number 2 behind Mike.
Okay.
I would say Richard Pryor.
Okay. I can fuck with it.
So
I definitely. So I'm going to throw the next question over to TJ.
oh, this is created by Dani.
Why do you do that?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm only doing it because our episode previously,
Right.
you know, what I mean, our previous episode, she tried to throw me under the bus.
Okay.
The Rock question. So for those who don't know, Rock is our guy
Right.
from the unpopular opinion, Rock be wildin'. So the Rock question: has your show or the opinions expressed on here impacted your dating life?
I think I'm probably a little more expressive than JB, right?
Isn't that a good Rock question?
That sounds like a Rock question, though.
Like
for-
that's his dilemma, right?
That sound like,
For me, yes. I say that only because I think I'm very opinionated on the fact that I like women that like women. So
Yes,
anytime
and we're definitely going to talk about that.
are you opinionated with that, or you just that's just your thing? It's like a prerequisite.
Yeah,
It's different if you're opinionated.
It's a recommendation.
It's a record. Yeah, it's a must.
You know.
I mean, that's my opinion on the show.
Oh my
That's my
God.
opinion on the show. I think women should like women
You
that
think-
want to date me.
It's a preference.
Women should like women that want to date me.
The women that want to date you should also like you like to date bisexual women.
Correct.
Okay, so that has gotten you into that's been a roadblock for you because of how you express that on Hours Truth.
I'm not gonna say a roadblock. I'm gonna say it's easier for me to. It's easier for women to understand that that's the way I feel.
So it helps with like the vetting process. Like, okay, well,
Right.
girls take themselves out of the running because they're like, this ain't me, and that means I can't be with Rome.
Facts.
Oh, okay.
And you're okay with that?
Yeah. Help me. Help.
Saves time.
Yeah, saves time. I don't gotta pick the weeds out the garden.
That's
So what
that's
if,
the
like, I
application
understand-
process.
I feel like we talked about this on y'all show, but like,
We did.
what if she has everything else you're looking for?
She needs to meet the quarterly, right?
All right. All right. If you go to school, right, and you pass everything except for math 101, you ain't getting that degree, right?
Oh my God. I mean, you can go to summer school, you can like.
But all right, you know what I'm saying? You ain't getting that degree, right?
So the quarterly, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
Rome
God.
is a standard.
I think I'm a little more lenient on quarter.
Oh, now, okay.
So it's
Like
like
twice a year.
biannual.
Twice a year.
Biannually.
Oh, okay. So twice a year, like Christmas and your birthday. Or it have to be
It
like
was
every
like
6
kind
months.
of
Oh, it's close.
close.
Oh,
It's
that's
kinda close.
close proximity, huh?
Oh, okay. So
It's
like
like
every
Christmas and New Year's Eve.
Christmas and New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So just like bring in the new year, and then you're good for another 360-ish days, 350-ish days.
I mean, in my time of partaking in such activities, it's usually easier in the spring and summer. So we'll go with like spring.
It's
fall.
crazy.
Yo, you make it sound like it's a damn like flower, like this is the season for
Right.
it, you know.
It is.
All right.
You
So,
know, oranges
it's
grow
a- it's-
best in summer.
so listen,
Right?
ladies.
Spring and summer is
Spring and
like
summer, gotta be
lusty.
ready.
It's like lusty season.
So that just means that you gotta
So what if-
plant the seeds in the cold winter months.
Right.
So what if year one they do it, year two
They ain't with it.
pause?
Crops is dead. So then you just gotta
Crops is dead.
You gonna get irrigation?
Nah, I mean, I'd want to it'll definitely be a conversation, like, you know, what's going on.
How do you bring that up? Like, so last year, you know, we had a
Right.
threesome, and this year,
the summer equinox, and we have not.
Because
we're in
like,
August.
the thing that I want people to know is that it's not. I don't want it just because I want it. Like, it has to be something she want too.
What?
But
Nigga, you got a prerequisite. I don't want to go to English, but I have to.
if she doesn't want it, then you don't want her.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So that means
Correct. But I want to make sure that I find somebody that's
for
just
it.
as much into it as I am. That's what I'm saying.
You don't think you'll ever
You
get
want like a
tired of
Tiana
that?
Taylor.
Maybe.
But Tiana Taylor, I mean, she has threesomes, but she may not be having it.
Nah, she said she do it because of her.
Yeah, but I'm saying she may not be doing it
as much as he would
in
like
the spring, summer.
Oh, okay. And maybe how about she's a fall, winter?
And maybe this year we have 4. Next year we won't have none.
So what do you do when it's like Groundhog's Day, like it just passed, and like it says a spring, like winter having for another 6 weeks?
You knock on the window and be like, "Hey."
So like, what do you do with that?
Do you take her? You let her go outside on February 2nd and see her shadow?
If she doesn't see a shadow.
Yo, that's not the point. The point is not about the season.
All right,
I'm just saying,
all right.
I'm a little more lenient based on.
You're lenient. Oh.
It used to be quarterly.
Yeah.
Now
Now he got better. I'm giving. Yo,
It might go to a point where it's like whatever, like whenever.
You're getting better. I'm
Like whenever
You've relaxed your standards.
Right. Whenever the opportunity
spring,
arises.
summer, that's ideal.
Yeah.
That's usually when you could,
Well, great for you. Glad that we cleared that up.
Has anything affected you?
Yeah.
Only time things affect me is like the things I may say on like the conversations I may get into. So then I'll be like, oh shit, I gotta hear this at. You know what I'm saying?
And you
Like
gotta
what?
I don't know nothing off the top right now, but I'm like, all right, boom, the picture shit.
The picture.
The picture that was going around.
Oh, the picture.
Yeah, the picture
Oh.
shit, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? That kind of came to me.
What's the alleged picture?
Oh, it was alleged.
How's a picture alleged? Is this or no?
Come on.
Allegedly, there was a picture of
there's
him when he used to before I met him.
Yeah, it was a picture going around work. You know what I'm saying? Of me in an uncompromisable position.
Oh my god.
So, you know what I'm saying? A couple chicks had it allegedly. You know what I mean? I never knew about these things, but you know what I mean? One of my coworkers knew. So I had to kind of hear about that. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
So some of the things that conversations I may get into but other than that, I'm cool.
All right. Well, that's one way to look at it. And now I feel like the question I got after this is like so bring it back to like some mystery picture. And now I'm about to talk about you being a father.
Yeah, wow, what a transition.
What a transition. I didn't expect it to go this way.
From a hammer to a father, yeah, what a transition.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, always this is a relationship podcast. We're married, we got a kid. So we would be remiss if we did not talk to y'all about y'all the other hats that y'all wear as dads, right?
Right.
So y'all are single dads. And we talk on here a lot. We've had a lot of mothers on here in one way or the other. And
shout out to the single dads.
Shout out to the single dads.
They out there.
So talk to us a little bit just about like how fatherhood, like how did that change your lives? Because y'all kids are varying ages. Because your son is how old?
My son's 11.
11, and your kids are how old?
6.
Yeah, he's done.
He is old.
You never know.
Nah, fuck that.
Anyway, so how did that like that shift happen? So think back like I guess 12 years ago. So and change and think about 7 years ago when this little bum was in these ovens, right? Mm-hmm. So and then when they were born, how's this changed you from then until now?
See, it didn't really hit me until I think after my son was really born, till he was in my face. And I was like, oh shit, I'm a parent. Oh shit.
I think that's what happens for us.
So it was you had to make for me personally, I felt like I had to do better than what my parents did. So I always had a mindset yo, you know what? I gotta find different ways to improve myself. It's not just about me. It's about him. So that's what made me look at life a little different when I feel oh shit, I got a kid that I'm responsible for somebody. Because when you're not responsible for somebody, then you just thinking about you. You just being selfish. Yo, I don't care about eat oodles and noodles all night, all week. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I can blow this money on these sneakers. I'm gonna eat pork and beans and Franks, and I'm straight. What you gonna eat for lunch? Pork and beans, Franks. I'm good. Pop-Tart, something. I'm good. But I can't do that when you got a little kid on you. You know what I'm saying? You can't have the same mindset.
Definitely. How about you, Rhome?
For me, it's kind of the same thing. It was a huge transition for me. Just like you said, the fact that you're not used to caring about nobody with yourself. Like, I'm the last of 4 children, so I never had like a little brother that I needed to take care of, or so like just that. And again, I think we spoke about it when y'all was on with us, like just the anxiety that I had. Like, it took until my son was about 2-3 years old for me to be able to sleep comfortably around him, like without me getting up, having to check on him and see if he's still breathing.
Definitely used to do that.
Put your finger on your nose,
especially being.
And I'd be like, "Yo, you about to wake her up? Like, stop!"
I had to like, wake her up, like, move. All right, she's good.
Oh, you fucking kill him.
Especially being that, my son, he's allergic to dairy, and he's asthmatic, so it's like,
Yeah, asthmatic.
yeah, like I just be like, all right, like, let me make sure you're good. Like, I hear him cough, it's like, where your pump? Like, like, so, yeah, just, it's a beautiful thing. And then, like, he's my twin, like, from the mannerisms to how he look, and it's spooky, like
you're looking at yourself.
like, yeah, like, it's really spooky, like, just from everything that he do. And yeah, it's a wonderful thing.
And I know you have these other, like, prerequisites and requirements. But how has being a father, like, has having a child, like, changed your outlook, or has it shaped your outlook on dating, or how you go about, like, bringing a woman around your sons?
That's a great question, Dani.
Thank you.
Me personally, I never bring someone around my son that's not gonna be around in my sense. Like, if you not gonna be around, like, if I think you just a slide, you never gonna meet my kid. Like, if I feel like it's some growth there, or we've been fucking around for a minute, then yeah. But if it's like, all right, I just see you on Thursday or whatever, I hit you up, you slide through, and you don't meet my child. I always had a feeling about that. I never like when women do it, so I wouldn't do it to myself. Like, I wouldn't do it even though it may not be, you know what I'm saying? I don't like when women do it. So me as a male doing it is just even worse, because your son is seeing you bring all these chicks around. It's a little different. So that's why that's how I always been. Like, you're not gonna come around my kid unless I know you're gonna be around.
It's like you think it's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I respect that you acknowledge it. I think sometimes as men we don't acknowledge certain things like that. Like, we don't see that, I'm raising somebody, so I got to do things differently, or my actions may impact my child. So I kind of have to think differently and do things differently.
I think it's important, especially because you're a father to a son, because I feel like sometimes that might
that
might come into play. Maybe if you had, like, some people might be easier to come into play if they had a
With
daughter. But it's like, well, son, he can see I'm like, I got bitches and stuff like that.
About that.
And I'm just, but like, no, it's like, no, like, everybody doesn't, like, have a child's best interest at heart.
Right.
And like, and it's also like, if we're not that serious, then I'm not gonna bring you about the most thing I'm most serious about. So I feel like that's, I agree. I support that. How about you, Rhome?
The same way. My son only met one woman that I dated.
Oh, you too?
So I'm not with the, like, nah, like like that's how you know I'm thinking forever if you meet my son. So that's how I know it's like
how's your relationships with your children's mother?
I think mine might be a little better than his.
His is better than mine. It's like,
Okay.
we don't see eye to eye, so nah, we just don't. We don't see eye to eye. But I know I have a goal that I want to achieve with my child, so I just try not to. We don't even communicate as much as that we should. Like, I keep it to a minimum. I deal with my kid, and that's it. Like,
Got you.
Yeah, I think for me it was a little bit of a struggle in the beginning because I don't really want to kind of like say it like that, like.
shit,
Like,
ain't no more struggle than me.
To keep it all the way 100, like, she wanted to be with me and I didn't want to be with her,
Okay.
right? So, like, it was a little bit of a struggle in the beginning, like, just for me, like, just trying to make that clear and still trying to, like, do what the right thing. Like, I think sometimes men and women, like, we forget that you forcing yourself into a situation could be as worse as you not being there together, right? Because like you got this energy, and I really think kids thrive off energy the most. Like, just being miserable around somebody, that energy can come off on the kids, like, and they can see that and they can feel it. So it took a while for me to stop playing with her feelings, right?
Oh, wrong.
And
Well, he's being honest.
I appreciate it.
and also for her to realize, like,
It's not gonna
like
happen.
it's just not, like, this is not what it is,
It's
right?
not gonna happen. It happens.
So yeah, but we cool for the most part.
I mean, I think it's important to be able to acknowledge that the fact
Right.
that you didn't try to make a relationship when it was like you knew you weren't going to be happy.
Yeah, like, I
Like,
didn't
when
want to.
you knew I didn't want to be with
It's
you.
not it.
But I'm saying there's so many people who's like,
Let's
I'ma
try,
do
try,
this
try,
because-
yeah.
We have
Because we got a
child.
kid, yeah.
Try to go.
Yeah. I think one thing I would say I do applaud y'all for is the fact that y'all are very like careful about who you bring around your kids, because I also feel like sometimes there's this like stereotype, I'll say at least, that men like will hold women to the expectation like, oh, you can't just bring anybody around my son, my daughter, whatever. But then like they just be having like a fucking parade of women coming through. But it's like, keeping the same energy, like
Definitely.
don't look at me like that. Look at
I'm
Ron.
looking at
Energy, goddamn it.
I'm saying we've been saying keep the same energy. We've been talking about that.
I felt that was personal.
It wasn't personal.
Alright.
We together.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right, go ahead.
Aw.
Anyway, so point I'm trying to make though is like it's important because some people
true.
do not hold them, like, you gotta hold everybody to the same standard. So I do tip my hat to y'all for that.
I
And
do too.
like but you have, so like in this dating pool, and then like, in our 30s and stuff, such,
Right.
all of us, no matter how old we are, we're all in our 30s, because you be trying to come at me for being older than you.
Yeah, you're older.
Moving on. So how do you what is it like navigating these waters, because like other people have kids too, like
Right.
pretty much, like I'm assuming at least that like women that you talk to is like a strong possibility that they have at least one child, right? Or is that like another box on your list that you like make sure?
No.
Okay, I had to make sure.
I don't mind dating a woman with a child. Or
With a child. What if she got two?
two is okay.
What about 3? It's quiet.
I've dated a woman with 3.
Oh, nah, you better than me.
I dated a woman with 3.
Keeping a clip. I'm keeping it a whole.
I dated a woman with
You
3.
got 3 joints now, not the kid.
Why not?
That's too many. I ain't trying to have a Brady bunch, man. Like, come on.
I dated a woman.
I ain't dealing with Marsha Brady. I'm sorry.
Oh my god! And you, JB, you don't want any more kids of your own.
Yo, all right? Let's put it like this. I'm not planning for any
Okay,
kids.
okay.
Like, if it was to happen,
This is a grown.
if it happens, I'm gonna cry.
He ain't trying to be the old dad.
You know what I'm saying?
He's not,
Exactly.
he's not trying to start that over
You
again.
know what I'm saying? If it happens, I'm gonna cry.
Yo,
But what if it's like with like what if what
11
if
to 0
you
is
meet the one?
it's far.
Well, what if you meet the one, right? And she doesn't have any children, and so of course I feel like if she wants a child of her own, like then what? Like you.
Yo, Finn, what's up with you, son? You alright?
Oh,
You good? Nah, my girl don't got a kid now, so it's rough.
Oh, so does she want children?
Sometimes she say.
Okay, so like let's fast forward. Let's say how long y'all been together?
For a couple years.
Okay, so let's fast forward like 3 more years. All right, and let's say you put a ring on it. And y'all, let's say I do. Me and TJ were there to witness the beautiful union. Rome might be up there standing behind you at some point. One of the groomsmen.
I'm in the ring.
And or the ring bearer, he could be.
It's gonna be a big ass ring bearer.
No, don't like the best man give it to him.
Yeah.
So like my question.
JB said you got audition for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, word.
10-day contract.
You know what I mean?
So let's say we get to that point, right?
All right.
And now it's like 6 months after the wedding, and she's like, "Babe, I want to start trying for a baby." And now, like, that means your son, if 3 years from now, your son's gonna be like 14.
I got a whole 9th grader. I got a whole high schooler.
So I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen regardless. But so what are you about to do? Because she has no children and she been rocking with you for forever.
You know what it is? I don't see. That's a woman thing. They think about stuff like 7 years in advance. I don't think about shit like I think 3 days in advance. If you lucky, I don't even know what I'm doing later on.
Oh my god.
So when that bridge come, I'll cross it. I hope that bridge don't come. You know what I mean? But I haven't really thought about it too much. Like if it happened, it happened. But
so you saying like you're not trying to actively try?
Oh no! I'm definitely.
So
this will definitely be planned.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be planned.
So what about having another child makes you like? It's not something that you want to do. Like if it happens,
First child anxiety. That's why your first kid. You be like, damn, can I do another one?
I heard baby number 2 is easier.
So when you having yours?
Wait a minute.
You have to be Dani.
Y'all are the guests. We are the.
Oh, my bad.
Listen,
I asked the question. My fault.
I'm trying to have a little. You know what I mean? I'm trying to have 3 more.
Oh, you trying to have a little
That's
squad?
I'm trying to have 3 more.
Oh, you trying to have a little team, huh?
So,
All right.
we're gonna have a sit down, and she's gonna have to
Figure it out.
That you're gonna give me at least 2 more, because 2 is stupid.
2 is not stupid.
2 is stupid for me.
Okay.
Can you like do something and like make it 3?
What you mean?
Well, like guaranteed twins or something like
we
that?
broke, though. We broke.
Not
Nah, I don't want twins. I used to want twins, but fuck that.
No, I don't want twins.
Oh, you want them separately?
Yeah.
You want to keep changing diapers over and over again?
Yeah, but I'm saying you gotta have them. It's like the same age range. Like Tatum about to be 2, so that 2 to 3, another one come, and then if you have another 2 or 3 years, you good. And now Tatum gonna be the boss. Telling them what to do. I got, you know what I mean?
Trying to destroy your body, huh?
I'm glad you have
You got this planned out.
Trying to destroy your body, huh?
I'm glad you giving up 41 weeks of your life.
Kids, Dr. Miami's your best friend.
No.
We're going to build your whole body. Whatever,
She don't want to do that.
No, I'm saying if she wanted to. Whatever Dani wants, I'm going to support it.
I just
want a big family. I come from a big family. I just know that for me and my brother, I'm like, yo, if we just had one more who like was with us, this shit would have been different.
but it could have been different in a bad way. Like, what if the third one was like a fucking asshole? Or what if the one in between y'all?
Well, they said
there's usually one that's an asshole.
They said I'm the asshole, so
but what if somebody like trumped you, like up the ante?
I'm just telling you how I feel.
And you could feel that way.
Everyone said when you have the first one, you're gonna change your mind. I haven't changed my mind.
I think it's because you had a girl first.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just okay with it. Like,
you ain't had you know what I mean? When your son, like, you know what I'm saying? When they try to think they smell themselves, you be like, oh, I gotta slap this little nigga.
You gotta punch him in the chest.
Yeah,
I
gotta let this little nigga know.
I will say this: no matter how many kids we end up having, I do feel like something in my spirit tells me that TJ is going to be a father to girls. I just feel like that's.
I mean, that's cool. Listen, I'll put the Kobe Bryant route. You know what I mean?
True.
All girls.
If I had to,
I'll feel you.
Yeah, girls are dope.
I would be afraid to have boys. I always talk about it.
I'm afraid to have a girl.
I was afraid of having a boy too.
Girls are beautiful.
They are, but we in an era of love and hip hop and all this other shit.
But
I'm scared.
The difference is you got to be that person to make sure that they go the right path. Honestly, I mean, listen. As a parent, all you can do is teach your children and give them what you have.
You're right.
They're gonna make their own decisions.
You're right with that. I'll give you
That's
that.
all you can do. So I would hope my daughter isn't that. But if she was, I'm gonna support her. I'm gonna love her. It's not gonna make me dislike her. As long as I can joke. As long as we can make jokes about it.
How about you can't make no jokes?
Huh?
How about if you make jokes, she's sensitive about it?
All right, then I won't make jokes to her. I'll make jokes for her mother. You know what I mean?
Sorry, yo.
I just gotta be able to, have fun with it. But, I don't look at things. I'm not like, people don't want their children to be gay or whatever. Like, if that happens, it happens. I'm gonna support, love you, however. Just allow me to cope the way I need to cope. And to me, I gotta joke. I gotta be able to make jokes.
Right.
You know what I mean? As long as I can make jokes, we good. We are good. We can move forward, and I'm gonna love to support you. But honestly, that's what parenting is. And, I commend parents. You know what I mean? It's not an easy job, and even when you're an adult, your parent is still your parent. Your parent is still wondering and worrying and saying, "Damn," you know what I mean? They may be like, "Did I do enough? Did I give them the right whatever?" And it's like you don't have to. Like, you did everything you could do. Now, whatever I'm doing is because I'm doing it. You know what I mean? And I think that's just the biggest thing we have to understand. Like, if you gave 100, I always tell Danielle this, if you give 100%, you can never have worries. But if you know that you did 95 and you could have gave an additional 5 and you chose not to, then you can look back and be like, yeah, maybe I could have did this differently. But we only know what we know. Like, we grew up in the millennial world, so technology is what we know. My parents don't really, I mean, they have it, but they don't know that shit. There's nothing that they could have told me to prepare myself.
Right, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, my mother and her sisters were the first in their family to go to school. My father is the only person in his on his side, like his immediate side, with a college degree. So what could he? You know what I mean? He can only give me up to that point. I have a master's. Dani has a master's. So we can give our children and other people, listen, this is what we know. But who's say 10 to 15 years from now, they may not create something different. There may be something new, like fuck college. Now you go to IG school and
you're right.
You know what I mean? So
That's true.
Imagine if that was a thing.
Listen, anything is possible, but I just feel like as a parent, as long as you give 100%, you could never, you should never feel bad or negative. And I know it's hard because as a parent, you're always gonna feel like, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've apologized to my parents, like, or told them, like, yo, you're good. Like, you did everything that you could. Like, I would never fault my parents for what they taught me. They can only teach me what they know at that time.
Right.
I can never look back at them and be like, why didn't you tell me about this? Why didn't you do this?
That took me a certain level of understanding, I guess, especially for me, like, you know, like, my mom is approaching 70. So, like, she grew up in a totally different era, right? And I've listened to stories that she told me, and she speaks about these stories like terms of endearment, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like nobody should be living like that, only because of the era that I grew up in, right? So, like, you're right, but it took me a while to understand that.
But the fact that you got it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest. Like, my parents grew up poor.
Right.
My father was poorer than my mother's family.
Right.
But they grew up poor. So there's what success to them is way different. What they had to endure is way different. Like, when I was in high school, we had a little bit more money. But before that, we didn't, like, my parents pretty much lived paycheck to paycheck. And what I always loved about it is that I would have never thought
You never felt it.
Yeah, exactly.
You never felt it.
And I mean, I think that's important as a
And
parent.
being you said that, like, I had to tell my son the other day, like, he's like, oh, I want to do what you do or whatever the case may. I say, no, be better than me. You know what I'm saying? Don't get to where I'm at. Be better than me.
Yeah.
And he said, no, but I think, nah, that's not what you want to do. You want to be better than me, because that was me. I wanted to be better than what my parents knew or what my parents did. So I achieved for a higher goal.
Yeah.
That's what I told my son the other day. That's why it's funny you said that.
That was the main reason I didn't name my son after me.
Yeah, I did that too, because I feel like it's not the individuality.
Trey ball.
I said, nah.
Yeah,
You can still be an individual.
I mean,
You gotta be better than me.
Yeah, I want I felt the same way.
You can feel that way. I'm personally okay with my child having my name, and I know they're going to be a different person because I'm not my father. He's a senior.
But I only disagree because you can't place your mind capacity on what your son is gonna have. Like, he might grow up and feel like he need to be like you.
Facts. No.
He need to be exactly like he might feel like he need to live up to what you.
But what I would do is the same thing my father did. Like, my father never told me, like, you're a junior, you're after me, you have to. You know what I mean?
Right.
The most important thing my father did was my last name. You're a Byerson. You got to be proud to be a Byerson. Like, the gall. Like, he used to, like, if they had, like, a party, he'll call me. It's like 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whatever. But, hey, TJ, come here. So I had to come there and be like, he'll make a statement and he'll be like, we do this because, and I have to be like, because we're a Byerson. And I used to hate, like, could you imagine being a kid and you playing video games? You got to stop so you can say because you're a Byerson. But then I'm 21 or 22 and I got it tatted on my back, like, you know what I mean? So.
Shit, some people would just appreciate that. Some people ain't had their father to come and tell them, yo, you this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I'm saying,
I get what you're saying.
At that time,
I get what you're saying.
I can appreciate it. I can appreciate it more.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate it. My father never put the emphasis that you are the second. You are the second of me, so you have to be whatever. Like, I was TJ, but it was never like you have to do this or. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was never like, well, I do this, you got to do this. He always allowed us free will and to be. The most important thing, again, was our last name. That was the most important thing. So, but I know a lot of people who don't like, they're not going to name their child after them or they don't fuck with their father, so it stops there and shit like that. So
It'd be like that sometimes for some people.
Yeah.
So with real quick, with that being said, like, was that a conversation that y'all had before y'all got married about
names?
About the last name?
Who? If I was taking his last name?
I was without a doubt.
First of all, let's be very clear about something. So, I always felt in my heart of hearts that when it was time for me to get married, I would take my husband's last name.
Okay.
Unless it was some wild, stupid shit. Like, it was like a really dumb last name.
Okay.
If I had a stupid last name, she would have took that shit.
No, I wouldn't.
Or we wouldn't have got married.
So, all right then.
Your
and
loss.
so, but it was never really, it wasn't up for conversation just because I just knew I was going to do it.
And her maiden name, she was an F, and then now she's a B, so she already knew.
You trying to make it seem like it was a fucking upgrade. Like I went up in the
alphabet.
Like really? Really?
In school, it was. Can we get the A through? You already know.
I was still in the same group as you, nigga.
No.
Now you in D through F.
No.
Yeah. That's why he's my guy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why he's here. I mean, besides a great interview, but that's why he's here.
Because you need support.
I mean, listen.
My last name was a B. I'm saying I was in the first row. I was in the first.
Yeah.
He just remembered.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Well, no, it wasn't really a big issue. Like the only issue we had when it came to stuff like that was me kind of coming to terms with the whole like family tradition with the T names because everybody in his family's name starts with a T.
Oh, so your daughter?
Yeah. So Tatum is
T.
So I had to. It took a long time for me to get my head wrapped around that. When I was like, oh, we're really gonna be together forever, all right. So I almost persuaded him away from it because I'm like, you just like, what if the baby don't look like a whatever? You want to have options. And he was like, I almost swayed him, and then one day I think like your dad was like, no, that's a tradition, rah rah rah. And so
what was the name then? Yeah.
I don't even remember at this point, but I just knew that once I knew that like it was gonna have to be a T name, which still like got eye rolls out of me for a long time. I started to come up. I had to like go through names of shit I could like live with.
Right.
So Tatum was one of them, and then so like I had two girl names and two boy names because I'm like, okay, I didn't know how many, like not even how many kids, but I just wanted to have like options, like okay, because so we have another girl name in the bag if we would have another kid, and then if we were to have a son, like the third,
Trey's coming. I feel it.
I don't. Okay. All right. Sure.
Speaking in the air, you know what I'm saying? Put it in the
Sure.
air. Put it in the universe.
Yeah.
My brother has a boy and a girl, so.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
This was a competition.
No. It's not competition. I'm saying it's in.
It's inevitable.
It's destined. It's inevitable.
It's in genetics.
It's gonna happen.
It's in the genes.
Trey ball.
Sure.
Young Trey coming.
All right. Well.
Trey's coming.
That took some getting used to. Plus, like no matter how many kids we have, like everybody else walking around with a T name, and here I am like Dani.
I mean, you always change it.
Me and the dog are the only ones whose names that don't start with a T. So I move past that. It's fine. I like the name.
We're all Byersons. You see, I did that right there.
Mm-hmm.
That was
1 unit.
That's cute. Well,
is that what we're doing?
Anyway, what did you have any other questions? Because I thought you had one in the chamber for them.
No, I had
The threesome question. Okay, that was what it was. So it was like, look at us coming full circle. So I did have one little quick thing though for y'all.
Sure. You have that, and then I'll have my last question. Unless it's the same thing.
It's not. Go ahead, ask your question.
No.
Mine's like a little bit of a game.
Okay. With the podcast, right? Because we're all podcasters.
Right.
What's your like next? What's the goal for this year? But like, what's like the end goal for y'all? If y'all don't have it, I mean, I get it, but
for me, we might have like similar goals, but like different opinions of how we want to achieve it or whatever. So, but me personally, I just want to build the brand so that people really tune in, really know who we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have our listeners, like I said, we have our followers, but you always want to build on to what we have going. So my biggest thing this year would be just building our brand and building our sound, and for us to gain more of a following.
dope.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much the same thing. As far as like how to go about it, like, you know, I want to do like some events and, you know, try to like include the audience, because I feel like that's the way like you help people engage, right? Like, people like to feel a part of something. And I always come back to how I viewed like ASAP Mob when they first came out. Like, everybody wanted to be a part of the ASAP Mob. Like,
Some Harlem shit.
yeah, like it was just like everybody was like, "Oh, I'm ASAP this," or "I'm ASAP that," or whatever. So, just trying to find a way to define inclusion and keep people engaged and learn, because initially that's what I did it for. Like, you know, just to get the knowledge and different perspectives of different people, and yeah.
So, well, I mean, that's definitely kind of like the goal for everybody. We're trying to grow and get bigger and better. And, you know, what I do love about the community is that we have like built these relationships and friendships and stuff that otherwise we would have never probably come across each other.
True.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's like one of the best things. So and I think that there's this like community of podcasters who are like where we are. And one thing I do want to see happen is like I hope to see soon that like we start to like come together to do stuff like more often, like you said, with the events and things, because I feel like that could really like turn into something else, because you see that with a lot of these other like events or parties and things like that, and how they manifest into like these whole movements. And like I think that that's something that we might be on to here.
Absolutely.
So just to wrap things up, only because y'all are so similar but different, right? So I found a game of a little bit of this or that, right? So I'm gonna ask a question, and then I want y'all to just say which one you would pick, this or that, okay? So, and then y'all could hash it out for a little bit. Y'all could quarrel about it just a tiny bit. All right, y'all ready?
Okay.
All right. Toilet paper, over or under?
Like how it come off the road?
Under.
Over.
Over. What do you say?
Over. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like it under.
It keeps when you roll, and it keeps going, and that's
But when you pull it,
okay. So, all right, let's see. All right, here's a good one: lust or love? Because they be trying to say you sensitive.
Rome is love.
cool wrong. Why were you even asking him lust? Why were you even asking him?
Yeah, but I think you can't have one. Well, you can have lust.
Bro, pick one.
Rome said, which one has a threesome?
Right, because if I love her, but
Lust.
we lusty over her. So.
Yeah, so lust had the threesome.
Yeah, but I don't want a
You
full
gotta
lust.
pick this
Okay.
or that.
Love.
All right, what did you say?
I'm gonna go with lust.
All right, truth or dare?
Dare.
What's the question? No. I'm gonna go with dare.
All right, so that's the same. Okay, if you had to pick one, touch or taste?
Taste.
I'm going with taste.
All right. Let's see. Alone or in a crowd?
Alone.
Alone.
You gonna be alone? Okay. Oh, and then here I'll do one more. Let's say this. This one's a little silly. Stop or go?
Stop.
I got a hezzy.
What?
I got a mean hezzy. Stop and go is real.
Oh,
all right.
What's the context?
Yeah, that's
That's
rough.
why I said.
That's why I said stop.
I'm gonna go stop too because I don't know
right.
the context.
I'm going.
You going?
You going? All right. Okay, this one's good. This one's just for you.
Oh, just from love shit.
No.
14th of February.
It goes back to what we talked about in the beginning.
Oh,
of the episode.
threesomes? Oh shit. Either threesomes or love. That's your shit.
It's this or that or this or that. Spring or summer or
Oh.
winter or fall.
That's a good way to end it.
Spring and fall.
Spring and fall.
I'm taking Sprinter.
Wait,
That's right now. Sprinter. Sprinter. I'm going with
50
Sprinter.
degrees outside.
I'm going with Sprinter.
All right. Listen, guys, we thank y'all. Thank y'all for being a little mature with us. I know that y'all always say we the mature folks.
Yeah, y'all are mature folks. You know what I'm saying?
But we appreciate because then that brings the little the serious, softer sides out of JB and Rhome, and hopefully people listening can hear that. And
I didn't realize what your shirt said.
Yeah, I was trying to read it too. I was trying to read it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then I'm like, the buck.
What?
I'm like, what? Nuck if you buck.
Yeah, it's national anthems that we
The
do
national
recognize.
anthems we recognize.
Oh,
Is
shit.
it
I'm
not
like, what the-
accurate?
Yeah, nah, it's not. And then I say swag, so I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it
pretty
says
much.
this list is not exhaustive, so there's other songs that we can add on here.
Yeah, you're right.
I think you should add Candy by Cameo.
What's
That's-
5?
What's 5?
Girl, you don't know. I
you
love.
know.
Oh, girl, you know.
I
Oh,
That's like one of my favorite songs. Bro.
I guess that's why it's in the
Yeah,
quotes.
it's like got like 3-4 eyes there.
Yeah, and then y'all know the butt, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Come
okay.
Before I let go.
Yeah.
Back
So
that ass up.
that's what I said. I think the only one I would add is
Yeah,
Candy.
I think that's about accurate.
Yeah.
Never scared.
Maybe. All right. Well, listen, y'all. Tell the people out there where they can find you two lovely gentlemen.
It's your boy JB at JB _ the kid 233. I think it is. I don't know.
We're gonna put it inside.
Yeah, because I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember my own shit. But if you want to check us out, you can hit us up on Our Truth Podcast on Instagram, on Twitter. I think I don't even know my shit there.
On
It's
Twitter, he's JB
so focused. Yeah, I'm
On
like
Twitter,
on Twitter.
Rebel _RHOME Rome.
Yeah, I didn't get that intro either. You didn't hit us with the.
Oh, my bad.
I don't think we introduced ourselves. Whatever.
My Instagram is Rebel 2 _RHOME. And yeah, follow us at Our Truth Podcast. You can find us everywhere now. We everywhere. Spotify, all that.
Oh, Spotify, we gotta get the check. We gotta get a check, yo.
Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, all that good stuff.
Trying to get a check.
Dope. Well, thank y'all for being on, and we hope y'all had a good time.
It's always a pleasure with y'all.
Yes. And as always, y'all know you can find us on Instagram at Lovers Quarrel Show, on Twitter at Lovers Quarrel 7. Email us with your questions, concerns, headaches, heartaches at loversquarrelshow@gmail.com. And you know that this voice is that of your girl, Dani.
And this voice is your favorite person, TJ. Team TJ, all the way.
Yo, first off, if y'all have us on here again, y'all got a quarrel. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, we got a beef about something?
It's got to be some beef about something.
Okay.
The toilet seat was up or some shit. Something's got to be some type of beef.
I thought we beefed the whole time, though.
Nah, not really.
Maybe it was like mild beef.
Yeah, it was mild.
It was like medium
Yeah,
rare.
you know
It
what I'm
wasn't
saying?
well done.
It was like the mild beef patty. You know, they got the beef,
it was
the
spicy.
spicy, and then they got the
Okay, I
mild
got
joint.
you. I
They
got
gave us a
you.
little mild joint. I ain't
You know
with that.
what? Listen, if we give us about like 48 hours and we could have like come back and had something to beef about.
All right, you know what I'm saying?
You know, your friend over here, he likes to keep it interesting as far as
I love how you've just put the onus on me.
it is. Ooh, onus. That's a good one.
See, that was spicy right there.
Man,
See, it was spicy the whole time.
My nigga TJ's in his bag with the words. He gonna catch you.
He might.
He got that dictionary app on his phone. Give me the word of the day. He's in his bag.
Oh
Getting
my
ready.
gosh.
Getting ready for ass.
All right, that's fine. I'm ready. I've been doing this. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Let's do it.
Ooh.
Okay, then.
You got that fire today.
I like when y'all New York come out.
Yeah, I'm not appreciate it.
All right. Come on, people.
See how I stirred the pot up?
Exactly, you really did. We try.
Listen, when Team TJ's here,
They gotta go home. You got.
Okay. What does that mean?
Wait.
You got time
I've
to
never been afraid. Don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little ride, you know what I'm saying? It's a quiet ride that way back home.
You ain't never been afraid. You gotta sleep sometime though.
That's cool.
All right.
Listen, everyone, you're incriminating yourself.
That's
You know what
fine.
I mean? That's how I know you're not from you're like, that's what the people do in Queens do.
Don't do that.
Themselves.
Don't do that.
You know what I mean? We're not going to,
From the burbs?
No, nobody's burbs.
You from the burbs? That's all right. Huh?
She did grow up in
If you got trees and deer walking by, it's cool. There's nothing wrong with
God.
that.
Part of Queens, you go.
Hollis.
She did grow up in a house. It had
What?
a driveway.
Yeah, oh no.
That's not.
Oh, no, you lit.
You good?
She was
No.
fire.
You was lit.
She was fire.
Yeah, did you ever see a deer in your backyard?
No.
Nah.
Never.
Oh, okay.
Nah, she lived close to the hood.
A possum?
Oh, I was like hood adjacent.
Nah, I'm saying your block wasn't the hood. It wasn't like,
It was like down the block.
yeah.
Okay.
It was close.
You got a car, don't count.
Who had my parents had cars?
Oh, nah, I mean, they don't count. They drove you everywhere.
Yeah.
You sheltered. It's all right.
I'm not sure. I was not sheltered. Shut
She ain't
up.
go to
How
school
old were you when you got your license?
How was I again? Right before I went to
17.
college, like 17.
Oh, yeah, you
Oh,
sheltered.
yeah,
It's
you
all
was
right.
was
lit.
fire.
You was definitely in the suburbs.
Yeah.
How was that even a
You
thing?
sheltered. It's all right. It's okay.
Nah, she wasn't sheltered though. I got you. See, I'm even defending you.
I appreciate that because
But you are from Queens. It's just like
what? So the person who
you went to school. First of
all, you grew up on 110th Street, so you was like right on the cusp of leaving out of Harlem.
Oh, you on Morningside?
Yes.
pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
But we
Oh,
right
come
there.
on, bro. Come
And
on,
then-
bro.
Thanks.
Come on, bro.
You grew up on Morningside Ave or you grew up on Morningside?
Between Amsterdam and Columbus.
Oh, come on. What's
I
up?
didn't say it was the hood. I said it's Harlem. It starts Harlem. We're not gonna talk. 110 starts Harlem. But and then
Okay,
I'm
we
going
gonna
to
talk about
22nd, between 7th and 8th.
Y'all done started some shit. My fault, y'all.
You know what I mean? Don't do that.
You gotta start the show all the way over.
Listen, all I'm saying is that the way she got me, she false flagged. I mean,
I did what?
you went to school in Harlem, but you from Queens. So
I never lied about where I was from, though.
I didn't say that you did, but your representative was like, oh, she goes to FDA, so she got to go. But you know what?
Do your due
I take that
diligence.
back. I take that back because a lot of people, right, from the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, y'all all come to like Harlem for everything. So
All right.
y'all come to Manhattan for everything.
All right, that's a wrap, guys.
And
You might not like our opinions, but
and it's been another episode of Lovers Quarrel.
So you know,
and let's,
that's why Harlem, Manhattan is the best. Everybody comes to us. What I always say, Harlem's not a borough, but it's just as big as a borough. Let's get it.
as always,
Go
we
ahead.
fuss,
We fight,
but we love.
Bye.
Don't take
You
my
live
thing.
on the Upper West Side, bro.
That's how you close it
On the
out.
Upper West Side.
If he wasn't Team TJ, I would have cut that out. But let's get it.
Whatever. Bye.
West Side.
Say bye bye.
Bye bye.